So I know, listen, just a word of caution to all you. I know there's been a little bit of violence associated with stand-up comedy, and so I just want to warn you, if any of you try to rush the stage, my mom's going to talk to you for a lecture with me, okay? So just warning you. I stand for that stuff. So my name's Tony Sanches. You already met my wife. I know you're probably confused because you saw a blonde-haired woman with blue eyes and thought, she's not a Latina. Well, mystery solved. Every now and then she has a little Puerto Rican in her, but we can't talk about that. So I live in Stanford. I'm happily married. I have 3 children that I know of. I gotta tell you, I get a little nervous when Father's Day comes around. And it's coming up next month. I tell my kids, look out the window, do not answer the door. Look out the window. If anybody looks like they share your gene pool, do not open the door. My wife hates that joke. My girlfriend thinks it's funny. But honestly, you're probably thinking, well, this guy's a player. I'm not a player. I've always been very practical when it comes to love. When I was in college, I played the drums. I still do. And my ideal girlfriend was a woman who could help me carry all my gear and get me from gig to gig. And that was my ideal girlfriend. So when I went to bars, chatting up the ladies, my rap went something like this. Hey, baby, you look pretty sturdy. You lift weights, yeah? Hey, how'd you get here tonight? Oh, by car? You drove? You own a car. I'm in love. So I dated Helga, this rugby student, for quite a few months. But when the car crapped out, the relationship really just fell apart. So is it me, or have you noticed that the CHARMIN bears are getting a little too crazy? I think they're just so focused on anal hygiene. I don't get it, right? I mean, you got the little bear and he's scratching his bum because he's got a dirty ass. Everybody's using way too much toilet paper. I mean, and their slogan is "Enjoy the go." What the hell? What? Now, I found out there were some other ideas before they landed on "Enjoy the go." One was "Celebrate the crap," "Treasure the turd," "Savor the shit." Yeah, I'm glad they went with "Enjoy the go." But it's weird, right? You're like, how did this happen? Now I understand, and those of you in the audience probably remember this. The previous spokesperson was a guy named Mr. Whipple. Do you remember Mr. Whipple? Yes, right? And he was this grocer, an older grocer. He had a little apron, and every time an attractive woman came into the aisle, they would catch Mr. Whipple squeezing the CHARMIN. That was code for him whacking off in the back room. They had to get rid of this freaking pervert, right? So I get it, right? Mr. Whipple had to go. And this was before Me Too. They knew this guy was bad. So they get bears? I mean, I don't understand the bears. I mean, bears using toilet paper, wouldn't it get stuck up in their fur? Can you imagine the size of the dingleberries? Oh my God. Now, I used to live up in New Fairfield, which is pretty rural. And we did have bears come on our property, and I would see bear poop every now and then, also called scat. That's your learning for today. And when I went to the bear poop, guess what? I never fucking found any toilet paper. The folks at CHARMIN got to rethink this. It's getting a little weird. I just bought a new 2022 Subaru Outback. I'm really psyched. I don't know if you bought a new car, but there's so much new technology with the cars. It's amazing, right? They have all these alerts if a car is next to you or if something's stopping in front of you. And the one I like the most is when I sit in the car, it scans my face and it knows it's me and it says, "Hello, Tony." I'm like, that's pretty cool. But my car is getting a little too sassy. So, I was unshaven the other day. My hair was a mess, what's left of it. And the car said to me, the message came up, "Did you look in the mirror before you left today?" Oh my God. And I wasn't sure if I had like a piece of poppy seed in my tooth, and I was like looking at it, and the signal came back and said, "You might want to consider Crest whitening strips." Finally, I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. I was enjoying a few frosted chocolate donuts, and it said, "Emotionally eating? Again?" I gotta find how to turn off that setting. I know you're probably looking at me saying, "Tony looks good," and thank you, I appreciate it. I'm working out. You know, I decided to recommit myself to a better body. And I went out and bought a whole bunch of Nike gear because it's well made, it's very stylish, right? So I'm feeling good. So, you know, I've got the Nike swoosh, you know, the Nike swoosh. I'm looking, somebody here must have a swoosh on them, but you know, I've got a swoosh on my sneakers. I've got a swoosh on my short, on my shirt. Now, when I work out, I go all the way. So I have the white headband with the Nike swoosh in the middle. I've got the wristband swoosh, swoosh, right? I'm a walking Nike advertisement, right? So, you know, when I get to the gym, I figure I'm going to inspire other people. So, like, I'm doing a push-up, and I'm like, you know, feel the burn, you know, posting on social media. I'm doing I'm on the elliptical. I'm like, no pain, no gain, you know, posted on social media. You know, my body, my temple, you know. And so I'm really inspiring folks. And then it happens. I get a call from Nike. They leave a voicemail message for me. They were interested in me representing the Nike brand. I'm like, holy cow, this is amazing. This is big money. So I figured I'm going to do a little research. I find out that Serena Williams had a $50 million deal with Nike. Tiger Woods, $100 million. I figured Tony Sanches, an up-and-coming comedian, it's worth at least 6 figures, right? So I get back on the call, I call up Nike, and we're talking about it, and they only offer me $1,000. $1,000 to not wear their clothes. You know the Nike slogan, just do it? Their message to me was, please don't. And I said that joke to another audience, and at the end somebody came up to me and said, oh, did you keep the $1,000? I'm like, comedy show, that's made up. So one of the things about my wife and I writing comedy together, sometimes we don't share. So this is about the same trip Vicky described about us going to New Orleans and coming back on an airline. But I just want to let you know, for those of you who haven't flown for a while, don't worry, it's still the same crappy service the airlines had before the pandemic. So we flew in, we arrived Friday night at Westchester Airport. Our luggage didn't get there, we checked in some bags. Saturday, she's on the phone with 3 or 4 hours with the airport. Sunday, we get a call from the baggage claim. They said, we've got your luggage here. Come pick it up in D.C. We're like, what? Monday, we go to Westchester Airport, talk with one of the agents. They're going to expedite it. Nothing happens. Tuesday, we go back to Westchester. Wednesday, we go back to Westchester Airport. So I decided to take another tack. I grabbed the female agent. I said, look, I got to be honest with you. I said, all my clean underwear is in the baggage that's lost. I said, I'm wearing the same pair of underwear since Friday night, and things are getting bad. I mean, I've been trying to be creative. I turned them inside out. I said, but I'm like hours away from going commando. You have to get my luggage back. And I think it worked. I think she empathized with me. I think the whole visualization of me going rogue, you know, with my junk flying all over the place, she expedited it, and we got in our bags, you know, that afternoon. It was just great. The empathy those American Airlines agents. So my wife and I, you know, it's spring, so we are starting our garden, and we were working in the garden, dig up some old stuff, and we were going to go look at some new plants, and my wife decides she wants to get cleaned up before we go to the nursery. So she goes and showers, comes back with, like, you know, a white skirt, her Michael Kors blouse, you know, her handbag, and I'm saying, you know, I'm going to stay dirty because somebody's got to take the plants and put them in the car. So, but I've got, like, my, you know, my sneakers are caked with mud. I've got my work pants on, so they've got, like, rips and paint on them. I've got sweat stains on my shirt, you know. So we're going to the nursery. And my wife goes ahead of me, and I go grab one of those little wagons to carry the things, you know. So there's a whole bunch of, like, middle-aged women at the nursery. Everybody's picking up plants. And as I'm pulling the wagon, I'm looking at the women, and they're thinking, well, she's the rich white lady, and that's her Hispanic gardener. So I'm going to have some fun. So my best high school Spanish, I'm like, Señora Vicky, más bonita, ¿sí? I'm pointing out different flowers, remembering my colors. Roja, más bonita, azul, amarillo. And, you know, people are like, what the fuck? Well, at least her gardener came with her. So then we have to wait online, right? We're all waiting online with all these other people. I've got a wagon full of plants looking, you know, like a farmer, right, from the fields. And she's looking like the rich white lady. So I said, Señora, bétame mucho. And I just grab her and give her this deep, passionate kiss. And all the ladies on the line are like, oh my God, that gardener's really into it. So I bring the plants to my car. I come back. When I come back, all the ladies come up to me. want to get my business card, and wonder if I could take care of their gardens as well. That's my time. Thank you so much.